According to an employee of Donald Trump's who has been cooperating with the FBI, turning over evidence, and of course corroborating security camera footage, the employee claims that Donald Trump personally instructed staffers to move the classified documents in Mar-a-Lago from where they had been stored over to his private residence at the golf resort. This happened prior to the search, of course, on August 8th at Mar-a-Lago by the FBI, but it happened after the National Archives had made multiple requests to Donald Trump to return all of these documents. So rather than listening to the National Archives, rather than complying and giving them back their materials that he stole, and of course reports do suggest that Donald Trump personally oversaw the packing of the documents at the White House, now we know that Donald Trump attempted to hide them from the National Archives by moving them over to his private residence. This is according to information obtained by the Washington Post. They have spoken with people, I believe, at the Bureau who have corroborated this. They said they've got multiple witnesses who are telling us a story that fits in perfectly with the surveillance camera footage. We know this is what happened. So now, what we still have to do is get firm evidence that Donald Trump told people at the White House to pack the documents and ship them to Mar-a-Lago. Now, as I said, we've had reports from some individuals saying that that is what happened, right? Donald Trump told us to pack these things up. Donald Trump knew he was packing up things he wasn't allowed to have. You had White House counselor Pat Cipollini at the time telling Trump, don't take these things. So I would say that that is firm enough evidence to conclude that Donald Trump did, in fact, direct White House staffers to pack the documents. They took them down to Mar-a-Lago. Then, based on this new timeline of information we have, once the heat was put on him by the National Archives to return the documents, it was at that point that Donald Trump told staffers, hey guys, I got all these boxes over here. I need them put in my private residence. So he knew he wasn't supposed to take them from the White House, but he did it anyway. He knew the National Archives wanted them back, but instead of returning them, he decided to hide them. And that, of course, is what led to the FBI going down to Mar-a-Lago. But, of course, in between there, we also had Donald Trump's lawyers lying to the Department of Justice and the National Archives, saying that we swear under, penalty of law that we've returned all the documents. Nothing more to see here, folks. But the surveillance footage gave them away. That, of course, is what led to the FBI going down to Mar-a-Lago. And now the witnesses are corroborating the information, explaining what we saw, or what the FBI saw, on that surveillance footage. This is getting worse, right? All signs, of course, at this point do point directly to Donald Trump. He was not a passive player in any part of this scandal. And that is the big thing, right? In order to prove a crime was committed, you have to be able to prove the intent. So if we take Pat Cipollini's word that he did tell Trump, you're not allowed to have these, don't take them, and Trump did it anyway, then we have Trump for actually taking the documents. Number two, lying to the DOJ, FBI, National Archives about returning it all. We know now that that didn't happen. Then hiding the documents, knowing they were still at Mar-a-Lago, and of course, instructing non-qualified personnel to handle classified documents. Donald Trump is squarely involved in every single facet of this scandal. So, what are we waiting for, right? Let's do something here. I know the investigation's still going on. I know they're still going through the documents, but you don't necessarily have to go through the documents to determine that a crime, in fact, was committed. I would say, based on the letter of the law, both the Presidential Records Act and the other law, I forget what the name of that one is, but that deals with the handling of classified documents, I'd say there's enough evidence available right now to go ahead and charge Donald Trump if the DOJ actually wanted to. It's all there. It's all laid out. You've got video, you've got witness statements, you have the actual documents themselves. So what are you waiting for? This is Hattie. Hattie wants to know why you have not subscribed to our channel. You obviously like our videos, so do us a favor and subscribe.